Hello, this is just Civil auditioning for Epic Guitar Series Machine. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast, I've only got 20% left on my battery. Right now I'm in a park. I'm sorry, but my house is a little bit too busy to record right now, so I'm sorry for any disturbances that might occur. And when Turek punches the locker, the scream is going to sound a little bit petty because I don't want to freak anyone out. Also, I'll be using the same voices for every character except for 4, which are Tanil, the 2 grandfathers, and Haziva. So I'll jump right into this so my battery doesn't die. Alright. Intro.
Hundreds of years ago, war broke out. Nobody really knew why then, just as much as we didn't know. As far as we knew, Terrace was Hyra's ally. Whatever caused us to turn against them, we've yet to find out. Now, understand that these 2 countries are the world's biggest powers. That means both countries have the resources, funds, and men to take on a war of this scale. But none of those really matter unless you have a strategy, and you need intelligence to have a strategy. That's why we called in Hyra's National Scientific Military Division. That group contains the biggest eggheads you will ever see, and Cardzellos was the most egg-headed of them. The man was a bloody genius. You could ask him to build anything as long as it didn't involve interdimensional distortion, and he'd have it done within a month. He's contributed to many technological advances in his generation, and a lot of our stuff wouldn't exist if it weren't for his inventions. Naturally, his talent didn't go unnoticed, and he was, strongly requested to join the NSMD. Most of the weapons had been upgraded, along with the Air Force and monitoring systems, thanks to Mr. Zelos. When the Great War broke out, however, he was asked to do something a little bigger.
You might be wondering why I called you in your division here. I just figured you needed me to polish a gun or two. Don't know if you've noticed, Professor, but we're on the biggest transcontinental conflict since the Nimbium incident. Surely you've got the situation handled, what, with your well-trained army and excellent leadership skills. As much as I enjoy the compliment, this situation is not under control. Terrace has equally matched us in forces and strategics. Whatever we throw at them, they seem to have no problem countering it. Our only upper hand seems to be the intelligence division, and with that, our only option is peace treaty? No. We need a mechanical advantage. What do you mean? I mean to have the enemy at our mercy at the press of a button. You're smart. Build something that can ensure us victory. The ultimate weapon. Preferably within the upcoming month. Can you do that? Absolutely, but I really have no idea how it'll help. Don't ask questions. Just do it. Go on.
So he began building. And Card had always had a habit of going a bit over the top, so when he was instructed to make the ultimate weapon, he took every detail into deep consideration. Which would be better? Melee or long range? Reloading times, reaction times, accessibility? Within 3 weeks he had created the greatest... Within 3 weeks he had created the greatest machine the world has ever seen. But then he realized how dangerous it was, especially in military intelligence.
Later on, Card in front of a table with executives. I can't help but notice that you've come here empty-handed. Not exactly, sir. See, what exactly defines the ultimate weapon? How hard it can hit? How far it can fire? How quickly it can reload? Gentlemen, I've come to the conclusion that the answer to the ultimate weapon is right here in front of us. It's the mind. What? You don't see? With our minds, we have created so much. Look at our modern world, all constructed by ideas. Our thoughts occur faster than light. Food replenishes it, and the ideas we produce can influence an entire planet. We ourselves are the ultimate weapon. One lone man claps, the others shoot him a look, and he stops and slumps awkwardly. Dr. Zelos, we are not here to listen to your philosophical ramblings. Grabs Card by the neck and pins him to the wall. We are here to see a weapon! That's what we hired you for! So quick to pull the trigger, General. Very well. Teleportation. Teleportation? Yeah, you know, send one thing from one place to another. Figure it out. You just need to send your soldiers past the defenses and then bam! Victory. Doctor, do we even have any way to pull that off? Of course not. To teleport, you'd have to disassemble every atom in an object, then reassemble it exactly as it was in another place. It's impossible to set a pattern to It's impossible to set a pattern to an atom's movements when it's being flung through space and time.
Khan never did reveal his actual weapon. He hid it away from everyone except his grandchildren. Now nobody knows where it is. But from then on, every member of the... Every future member of the Zealous line would dedicate themselves to science, trying to carry on Card's legacy. Except your father, of course. He's a genius in his own right, what with his art.
Yeah.
But enough of my rambling, kiddo. What I wanted you to take from that was that I built this myself. Here.
Hands him a box.
Happy birthday.
Whoa. Candir pulls out a watch-like object. It looks old.
I based it off my own grandfather's designs. Your uncle helped. Neat, huh? Now, listen, Candir.
Yes?
There's something pretty special about this watch. It symbolizes something within all of us. Sure, it may look old and I'm not gonna lie, somewhat unattractive. But we don't know exactly what it's capable of doing.
Telling time?
You don't know, that's all it does. My point is, we all have our potentials, and the best we can do in this odd world of ours is to take the time to discover what we can do and go beyond it. Get it?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Grandpa. Scene fades to a storm outside. Candir sits at the window, tired and sad. Narrating. If I had any idea that would be the last time I'd see, if I had any clue hinting that he'd just disappear one day, and his body would show up in a dumpster the day after, I would have said more. I don't know what, but anything would have been better than just thanks. Now I have his last gift on my wrist, and I don't know why, but I feel like this might have to do with something bigger than any of us, and that I have to find out what. Cue title. Candir sitting at a pedestal in a cave beside Heziva. I wish you would have given me more of a clue what's so special about this watch.
You could ask him, but you'd have to wait a while. The zombie apocalypse isn't for another 30 years. But you didn't hear back from me.
Checks time and groans. Ugh, school's back on. I gotta go.
Up! You're forgetting something.
Huh? Oh, right. Pulls out a fruit and tosses it. Sacrifice. Thank you. Disappears in a plume of fire. Class scene. Test is shown with 100% and most others are close to an F. Teacher. Well, I seriously can't tell what's going on here. Either I'm a cruddy teacher, they swapped the test at the last moment, or you guys are very, very stupid. Only 2 students passed this test with flying colors to boot. Hands a paper to Candir and he hides his face. Candir zealous with 100%. Excellent job. Ugh. And Tennille Dreg with a 97. Tennille smiles and turns to Candir, who is still trying to look invisible. Congratulations to them. Now they are able to exempt from the 12-page essay the rest of you must write by Wednesday. Everyone stares at the two. Scene changes to lockers. Candir walks toward his locker and Tennille approaches him. Hey, Sorry, this voice is ridiculous. Hey, thanks for helping me study yesterday. I would have been screwed like the rest of those guys. Looking past her. Don't mention it. No, but seriously, I appreciate it. No, please, stop talking. 2 thugs approach them. Crap. First thug picks up Candir by the head. Sup, genius? Hi. You know that test we just had? Mr. Sim called us all stupid. It really hurt our feelings. And there you were, shrugging it away like it was nothing special. 'Cause it wasn't. All you had to do was read I read the thing, genius. You think I can't read? Huh? It's questionable. Turek slams Candir against a locker. Ah! I don't like your attitude, zealous. I'm not too fond of yours either. Turek, leave him alone. I will. Raises his fist. Just as soon as I take care of this. Candir squirms a bit, hand touches locker, his watch beeps and attaches to the locker door. The door detaches from the locker and it turns into a shield. Turek. Ah! What the? Turek drops Candir and rides over his busted hand. Others surround Turek. Candir has disappeared. A crumbled locker door is seen on the floor. Living room scene. Candir is focused on his watch while a friend of his, Cod, fiddles over massive screws in plastic. TV audio is heard. Earlier today, the NSMD has announced another delay in the public release of their experimental teleportation unit. A leaked video here shows as they attempt to teleport a fruit, and the rather gruesome outcome. Video displays an apple disappearing from one metal pad. The second metal pad becomes coated in a throbbing sludge. Cod. They're wasting their time. Trying to invent teleportation. You'd have to take apart every atom in an object, then reassemble it exactly as it was in another place. It's impossible to set a pattern of an object's movements when it's being flung through space and time. My father knew that along with his grandfather when he proclaimed it a few hundred years back. Right. Wait, if he knew it was impossible, why'd he pitch the idea in the first place?
To hide his other inventions. If he said nothing, they would have raided his labs and weaponized every one of his designs. God didn't want his inventions used for war.
Hard to believe that tomorrow marks the 100th anniversary of the war declaration. Leave it to the government to start a fight without even stating a reason, right, Candir? I'll leave the conspiracy theories to you. Well, thanks for taking the time to listen to my audition. I really appreciate it. And once again, sorry for asking you where the script was. I really appreciate you pointing that out. I didn't really want to seem like a pest or anything. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. If you're interested in auditioning for Machine, I'll be posting a link to the script in the description below, along with a link to the flip note describing all the characters that you need to know about. So, thanks for the view. I'll see you around on Hatena.